one day like that in the afternoon after my common entrance examination. So I was having my siesta. A friend now came and said and woke me up and said, "Please, can you help me make Boris?" So at the cost of helping to make the Boris, that was when iron pierced my right eye.
Hmm.
And
Wow.
before you know, blood and water was gushing out of my eye.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Living Beyond Limitations. My name is Anela Ibikiri, and I am your host. Today's episode is a final episode in this season. We're having a very inspiring guest. Our very first guest with a multiple disability. He is Sunday Abraham Ewolu. So join me as we make welcome Sunday Abraham Ewolu. Hi, Abraham. Welcome to Living Beyond Limitations. It's good to have you here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah,
Hi
it's
to
my
you.
pleasure. All right. So, Abraham, you're a
Thank you
person
very
with
much.
multiple disabilities. Like, that's a whole lot. And you have proven to be a strong person and inspiration to many. You've been able to cope very well with multiple disabilities. Well done. It's good
Thank you very much.
to have you here once again. You're also a gospel artist, a digital content creator. That's beautiful. Okay, before we
Thank
go
you.
into what you do, before we talk about all that, would like to know if you were born with disability or it is something you acquired in life. And if yes, how did you acquire your disability?
All right. Thank you very much for that question. I was not born with disability. I acquired
Okay.
disability, after a period of time. I was born like every other person
Hmm.
without any form of disability. Disability as is defined and is known in our society today. Somebody who is blind and somebody who is deaf, somebody who is crippled, somebody who has one form of impairment or the other. So I was
Yes.
born like every other person without disability, without having any sight problem or having leg problem, you know, up until I was 15 to 16 years. That was when I acquired disability. And the one I acquired first was my blindness.
Hmm.
Then after that, 2 years later, I then acquired fracture on my leg that led to my multiple disability. And all these things were through accidents. Not that I had sickness, not that I had polio or measles
Okay.
that led to my blindness. No, it was
Hmm.
all through accidents. So
Okay.
that was what led to my disability.
Okay. You acquired both disabilities as a result of accidents. Okay, can you just
Yeah.
briefly tell us what that accident was?
All right. For the home accident, let me start with that one because that was the first one I acquired that led to my blindness. One day like that in the afternoon, after my common entrance examination. So I was having my siesta in my house. However, my dad has a workshop for organizing work where we patch tire, we pump, and all of that. Since afternoon hours, you don't usually have work to do. Let me use that time and rest. So now I was taking a nap. A friend now came and said and woke me up and said, "Please, can you help me make Boris?" Because actually I usually make Boris for people. Boris now is this children toy car that they use.
Yeah.
They will use wool, use Boris, and use iron and make steering and all of that. So at the cost of helping to make the Boris, that was when iron pierced my right eye.
Hmm.
And
Wow.
before you know, blood and water was gushing out of my eye. And that night I couldn't sleep,
Hmm.
pains all over. So the next day, rushed to hospital in Abuja here, where I was told after running some examination and all of that in the eyes, and they said I can still use the eye. To my greatest dismay, I was still using the eye to see at that
Oh,
particular clinic.
wow.
So they said they're going to work on it and see what will be done. And after everything, they said, there's no bed space. That I cannot be admitted. I
Oh,
need to be taken
wow.
to Bolada General Hospital. So that's how I went to Bolada General Hospital. When I got there, they said today is not days for admission. So they ran an exam on me and said, come back the next week. And after that, we have to look for that way, and that means as we ask, what are we going to do? That it has to be operated upon. And
Oh.
they have to remove the eye. That was the language they used, so that the other will be free. That because eye is one joint connected, they are connected, that the joint is one. If one affects you, if something affects one, definitely the other will be affected. After some time, one of the
Oh.
eye that I said will be affected, I start
Hmm.
having pains, itches, and all of that. My vision reduced. I could no longer see far, and gradually like that, we went back to the hospital, and they said, it's not the boy who said we want to do this. At that time, people said, will get back to us. Why are you coming now? This person, the doctor was like, you damaged this person's future. This person is too young to suffer from blindness and all of that. We don't know what to do again, but let's give it a try and see how we can recover the other eye that is not affected. And that's how I was admitted, and surgery was carried out upon. After the whole thing, my eyes was removed, and one of the eyes was removed, and
Wow.
the vision of the other one that was not that I never had anything issue with became better to an extent, and I was managing it and going for clinicals every month, sometimes twice in a month. Trying to recover the eyes like that. Before I know, one day, I just woke up. I don't see again. I was
Wow.
sleeping one afternoon. I woke up and discovered my vision went completely dim. So that is how I lost the both eyes.
Oh,
You know,
wow. That's so sad. And
yes,
the
yes.
second one, how did you have a fracture on your leg?
All right. For my second one, 12 years later, when I was in university, in my second year to be precise. So I was coming home from school, no, going back to school, and a friend accompanied me. And the course of, and before you know, cyclist from nowhere came and, you know, knocked me down. And the back man, that's
Wow.
how they zoom up.
Hmm.
And that is how I sustained the broken leg.
Oh my God.
And after then, I was taken to the hospital. So 3 days later, we discovered my leg started decaying. The tissues
Wow.
were just decaying and smell all over. It's a very terrible experience. So that was when the doctors were not calling for amputation and all of that. Now my leg would be amputated.
Oh,
Up.
wow.
I said no for the past 7 years now. 7 years now, I've been struggling with this leg, trying to see how I'll be able to raise support, how to get money to do surgery and all of that. I've written to different organizations. I've had so many interviews. People tell me, I'll come back to you. We'll see what to do. End of the day, all prove about it.
Oh
You know,
my God.
not too long, I checked in hospital. It was asked to pay 50 million. That I need to do a bone transplant and all of that for my leg to be corrected. It's not been easy.
Hmm.
It has been tough for me. My lovely and caring wife has been there supporting all
Oh,
of this till this moment.
oh, wow. What a story. That's a whole lot. So how were you able to cope from that point, having to deal with visual impairment and a fractured leg at the university?
All right. Actually, it's not easy. After the surgery in my 12 level, and after some time, I discovered the leg is not really healing. I cannot really work with it without crutches. I was using two crutches. So I said, no, instead of me to stay at home and be treating this leg, and since my parents are not buoyant enough to fly me abroad or take me to a better hospital where this
Hmm.
leg can be finally corrected, this even after the surgery. Now, the leg was not bent initially, but after the surgery, the leg was bent.
Wow.
And, sometimes I usually have bleeding. Sometimes my leg used to bring out discharge, usually discharge, you
Oh
know,
my God.
blood and water. So
Oh,
I went back to school using two crutches. So I was going for clinicals and also going for lectures like that. So up until when it was my final year, I had to combine the semester I defer, my final semester, to write all the exams. That is how I was able to scale through school, went for my service, and during my service, I got a scholarship for my MSc.
wow.
My brother has been so supportive. My brother David was so there for me. A desire for anybody who's getting taught is for the person to
Mm,
see. But my desire now, my dear, is not for me to see, is for me to regain my leg.
your leg. Oh, wow. 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 I love your determination. Like, I must commend you. When I hear people say they went to school as visually impaired people, I try to understand how they had to scale through. And for you, not just visual impairments, you had a fractured leg as well, multiple disability. That's a whole lot. I commend your determination. And you didn't stop at
Mhm.
undergraduate level. You still went ahead to do your master's. Wow, that's a whole lot. I must applaud you for that. You're even married. You know how people are. Like, I'm so happy for you. One person with one disability will be scared, like, oh, who is going to get married to me? And you, with all these, your wife saw beyond your disability and she ended up
Yeah.
marrying you. So, how did that happen? Just share with us. And how has marriage been for you?
Yeah, really. This is beyond disability, beyond limitation.
Yeah.
She indeed saw she indeed saw beyond my limitation, and she saw
Mm.
that my limitation is limitless.
Mm.
That's why
Woo. Tell us.
even the devil. And as I said earlier, that all thanks to God, that God has been so faithful. You
Mm.
know that uh, my wife actually the way the whole thing started was a friend of mine who was a schoolmate. A friend of mine was a schoolmate. So was just telling me about her, how nice she is, and all of that. And one day he was talking to her on phone. He was in my room, in my house, in my room, talking to her on phone. After he's done with his call, before he finished his call, then he told her there's one of your tribal guy here. Oh." And she's like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Okay, give me the phone and talk to him." So he gave me
Mm.
the phone. We say hi. And after greeting, we exchanged pleasantry with my dialect. And afterwards, I didn't ask her for after number. It was later on she asked after my number from my friend. My
Mm.
friend asked me, I said, just give it to me. And he gave her my contact. And that's how we keep in touch. Once in a while we talk. She calls me, I call her like that. And I text her. I actually text her because then she
So
don't have a good
sorry to
phone.
cut you. Did your friend tell her you were visually impaired?
My friend did not tell her I'm usually in bed.
Oh wow.
So when we start talking, and I discover our friendship is beginning to change level. Because I usually text her because she don't have a good phone. So I usually text her and she will reply my text and all of that. So I was like, before this will be something, though, before this will start, before this woman will develop feelings for
Mm.
me, let me tell her so
Oh.
that she can change, if she has to change her mind. I wouldn't want to
Mm.
see somebody who will go into a relationship and I will tell her and she'll say, you didn't tell me all this while. And it will be
Yeah.
like, so I say,
Yes.
let me let her know that we are doing a normal friendship, no relationship yet. Let me tell her. So I told her, she said, what are you talking about? I said, I'm serious. She said, you don't mean it. I said, I'm serious. I'm visually impaired. I know they
Wow.
see. She was like, partially. I said, my no partially. I said, nothing, no partially. Yeah. Now complete darkness. Yeah, they see nothing. She was like, stop saying this, man. She was like, stop saying this, man. That why are you wishing yourself this kind of pain? It's not good to wish yourself. I said, my dear, I'm not wishing myself. That's what I am.
It's your
She said, then,
reality.
yeah, I said, and you've been texting me. How do you text? Who help you to compose text? Even at night, all these things. Who is helping to you? I said, my dear, nobody. I did this to my phone. I'm used to the phone, my keypad. I know the arrangement. She was like, why are you pretending so that, please? I said, please call your friend, your schoolmate, and find out from him. You know, now, sharp, sharp, she did that.
Mm.
And she said, you don't mean it. You mean, my friend told me that it's true. Is it true? I said, I just told you now.
Mm.
So she left it. We're still in touch. She left the issue. We continued talking like that, like that. But until one day she said, wait, oh, this man, that you told me once anytime, is it true? I said, I just, like, it's true. Will your friend like to you? And me, I would like to. I said, there's no point. He said, no, 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 no. So, like that, before you know, fast forward, she came for a conference, church conference. I said, okay, let her use the opportunity to see me. When she came, we met somewhere in an open place. I came alone to meet her. We greeted, we said pleasantry. I was in my cane, Colasibu came like this. And after we hung out somewhere, she was like, wait, but you came alone. Who brought you here? How do you know this place? And you are still claiming that you cannot see this man. Stop doing this to me now. I said, Madam, I remove my glasses. I said, see my eyes, nothing. I
I
really
believe you.
is what is there. She said, no, to me, you don't look like one. Oh. You don't look like somebody
Mm.
God. And I don't want to believe that you cannot see, blah, blah. So that was how we ended that conversation that day. After like 5 years, I proposed to her. She accepted. I told her, is your parent aware that me and you are seeing each other? She said, yes,
Mm.
to her parents. Their parents say, she stopped saying that. That who is that person? Blah, 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 this, that, you know. And before she told her parents asked her, you're no longer getting younger. What's your plan? Are you seeing anybody? Is anybody building? She said, yes, I've seen somebody, but this is the person's condition. And the parents said, no, never, no, now, what is the meaning
Mm.
of that? So, you know, she said she left it. She didn't say anything again. Not until one day again, they asked her again. She said, Mommy, I've told you before now. I'm seeing somebody and this is the person. They said, okay, if it's true, ask him to come and see us. We want to know him. Let us meet him. I met them, they welcomed me and like that. They supported the whole thing. It was not really funny,
Mm.
because some other family members were very happy
Yeah, I
about
can
it.
imagine.
But you know, yeah, but end of the day, everything worked out, well and all of that.
Thank
So
God.
the church was under problem.
Wow.
Our own church, because we don't attend the same church, our own church were
Mm.
complaining, why would the parents allow this? Why would the parents, what's that? It was not funny. They asked me to come over, that before they will do or whatever, they have to see me. I went to, before,
Wow.
after I left, the church was saying a lot of things. Why would the parents allow this? They'll call the
Wow.
parents, the marriage will not move, blah, 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 this,
Mm.
that. After we don't change some marriage, we won't do this. It was wedding, planning off. So the church need to send her off. The church complain bitterly. They will talk to the parents.
Wow.
How the parents are, so what will this thing happen, blah, blah, blah. So my wife said, they should just make their noise. After their noise, nothing will happen. They cannot change anything.
Mm.
So me, I was still telling her, even at before the whole thing, are you still okay? She said, yes, no problem. She should have a problem with anything. So nice, I finally the help us. We're living fine. We thank God. Blessed with a beautiful, cute baby girl.
Oh, oh wow.
The mom is beautiful, the dad is handsome. So
Oh,
beauty and handsome.
oh
What do you
shit.
expect? Maybe pretty, maybe pretty,
Some beauty
pretty.
things.
Yes, yes.
Oh my God. Like I don't understand. Even the church is discriminatory. I mean, you would expect the church to understand, like, we are all God's creation, but you have this discrimination in the
Yes.
church where they look people with disabilities as less of humans. Like, I really don't understand. Let's not just go there because this discussion is a very deep one. Yeah. So I believe you have found fulfillment in all you do. So let's quickly talk about what you do. You are a musician, you sing both gospel and inspirational songs, and you're a digital content creator as well. So, what kind of message do you pass?
Yeah. My message in my music, I pass message not just to person with disability and not just to person without disability. It's for
Okay.
everyone, encouraging people, knowing fully well that someday it will get better. That no matter how your situation, no matter the condition you're currently in, no matter how you feel life has not been fair to you, just keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. And, with time, it will be better for you. That's why I had to title one of my album, Ego Better for You. So no matter the
Oh,
hurdles,
wow.
the challenges of life, just know that it will be better for you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So I see your messages online, your posts, and they are so inspirational. Yes, thank you for that. I know you're an inspiration to a lot of people. The content you put out there is inspiring and motivating. Yeah. What would you
Yeah.
say is that greatest thing you have achieved so far? I am very proud of yourself.
My education, my
Okay.
education. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Thank you for being here. You're a strong person, having to live with multiple disability, and you're inspiring the world, making a difference in the society and the world at large. So as we come to an end, what is that one thing you would like to share to both persons with disabilities and persons without disabilities?
All right. Thank you very much for that question. For persons with disability like me, I will tell you, keep alive. Don't give up. Know that someday it will get better. And always encourage yourself. Don't allow people to belittle you. Don't allow people to make you feel upset that, you know, you begin to blame God or blame people around you or your village
Hmm.
people. Allow that to come to you at all. Always believe, always carry a positive mindset,
Yeah.
and always know you can achieve what you want to achieve in life. So, a person's ability, don't be discouraged. Just keep up on it. Then for persons with disability, I will tell you that we can also do better when you are close to us.
Hmm.
As somebody next, always know that all we need is just an helping hand. And the helping hand we're talking about here is not to give us money, like other people who go around to beg, like other people who see us like one of your own. Imagine if
Hmm.
it's you that is in our shoe. You don't want to be treated like a nuisance or like a lunatic. You want to be treated with fairness, with love, kindness, and everything. So why not treat other person with disability nice and knowing fully well that this condition will never bargain for it. This condition
Yeah.
is not something that was said, let's happen to us. Some of us were born with it, some of us we acquired it as I acquired not just one double disability. So you can see how
Yeah.
life can be sometimes. So just try to be nice to everyone. And together we'll make a better society. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
All right. Thank you so much for being here once again. Thank you for sharing your
Thank you
story
very
with
much.
us. I'm sure a lot of people will be inspired by your story not to give up in life. And like your song says, it go better for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching today's episode of Living Beyond Limitations. I hope you are inspired by Sunday's story. And if you want to share your story with us, feel free to contact us on Instagram and YouTube. Thank you all for staying true with me in this season. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments. We'll be back in the month of September. So stay tuned as we'll be bringing you more inspiring stories. Bye for now. See you in the month of September.